guys, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Yes, new environment, actually moved. All right, let me fix this camera. All right, welcome to your full moon in Pisces reading. I hope all is well. Let's get started. I come to you humbly, God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know for the full moon in Pisces? Ooh. What do we need to know? What is the overall theme for the full moon in Pisces? Oh, we have get creative. It's time to do some new things, do something different. What else we got going on here? The Sovereign. Okay. I love the fact that these two cards are coming out. Okay. I'm doing this live. So excuse this is just going to be very spontaneous stuff happening, like dogs barking in the background. But I feel like we get creative in the Sovereign. This is all about standing on your own, doing something that's unique for you, okay? Boldly and proudly about it, okay, when you do it. I love the fact that this dog only barks when I start doing readings. It's amazing. All right. I just have to get used to this environment. All right, let's get started with the reading. What have we created since the new moon? What have we created since the new moon? Oh, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so yeah, we are stepping into a new path of passion, okay? With this getting creative and a Sovereign, this is like doing something that actually feels good for your soul, actually feels good for your spirit. With the Ace of Cups, this is moving forward into a new beginning, okay? This is a gift. Some of you guys might have come to terms with a new creative passion, a new creative pursuit. Maybe you elevated in this creative pursuit. Some of you guys, this might indicate new love, all right? But this is a new passionate way of being, a new passionate path, all right? A fresh new beginning and fresh start. All right, what else do we have going on? Okay. For some of you guys, you're leaving one soulmate, or you're closing out things that felt like soulmate energy, whether it's people, whether it's a job, you know, whatever the case is. You're closing that out with the Two of Cups coming out in reverse, because a new door, a window of opportunity for more passion is coming through. So it's like a trade-off a little bit. It's awesome. All right, where are we now? Queen of Wands, yeah. See, this is wildly creative energy. The King and the Queen of Wands, that's creative energy. All right, passion, moving with passion. Moving, manifesting too. This is a powerful card of manifesting here. All right, so we're stepping into this new way of being. It is going to have us standing apart from the rest as a Sovereign. Okay, the Sovereign is that free energy, okay? You're stepping away from the tradition. You're stepping away from the pack. You're stepping away from tradition. I already said tradition, sorry. I didn't have my coffee yet. All right, what else is going on? Where are we now? This is as a result of, with the Four of Swords, this is a result of actually going within, being introspective, figuring out what it is that you want. So if you've already done this work, figured out what you want, you've cleaned house as far as the people in your environment, the jobs, or whatever the case is, the relationships, all right? If you've done that, now you're stepping more into your power. It's something about cutting out the old that gave us more power to step into the new, all right? This is also coming from developing a higher level of thinking, all right? With the Hierophant, when I was pre-shuffling, the Hierophant came out. That higher level of thinking is coming through. Instead of being guided as to, let's say if you wanted a career path, if you're thinking about which career path to go on, you were probably moving in a way of what made sense. Now is the time for you to actually move in a way that is more intuitively guided, okay? That higher level of thinking, one that's more aligned with your spirit. All right, so what's coming to us right now? Oh, God. Okay, major stability with the Four of Wands. Look at that. Happy home energy. Peaceful, a more peaceful energy here, okay? We're putting the old behind us with the Five of Swords, that deceptive energy, whether it's within ourselves or within, around us. Wow. So So we have the Five of Swords coming out with the Ten of Swords. All right, this is closing out a cycle of pain. Okay, the pain of, let's say, being in a relationship that you didn't really want to be in, that you weren't completely happy with, but you might have deceived yourself into thinking that you were. Okay, this can also be being at a job that you didn't really like, but it paid you well. You know, you deceived yourself into dealing with this pain because it made sense, because it was practical, but now you're stepping into a higher level of thinking, and you're going to be rewarded with this happy home energy, this solid foundation. This is the beginning of the foundation here. That's what I'm getting, all right? Because it's an upgrade. It's a new beginning, but it's the beginning of this upgrade, all right? So that's beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune is about a fortunate new cycle. This is for the people who have taken the steps to actually close out the old and get rid of the people or things that that were meant to go. All right. So that's what's coming to us now. Major stability. Setting a new foundation, setting a new stage as you realize who you are, who you're becoming. You're like, okay, this is how I'm going to set boundaries now. And this is how people are going to treat me. And this is how I'm going to treat others. This is how I'm going to show up in the world. And in turn, it'll be a domino effect of what you create. All right? All right. What's no longer serving us in this new cycle? What's no longer serving us? Wow. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Anything that stopped you from stepping into your self-reliance, the Queen of Pentacles, I like to call it the Beyonce card. All right, this is someone who could take care of the home, take care of the bedroom, all that good stuff, you know, all at the same damn time. You feel me? But the Queen of Pentacles is about being self-reliant. All right, you don't have to depend on anyone, but this is also about taking care of that home. I feel like this energy, the full moon in Pisces energy, is about creating physically, creating physically, all right? Whatever you're feeling inside, now it's going to be a manifestation of it, all right? So if you've done the work and you've cleared out the muck, the emotional muck, and you got rid of the emotional baggage, now it's time for if you stepped into Empress energy, for example, or Emperor energy, now it's time for your environment to reflect the royalty that you feel, all right? Which is beautiful. How can we release and let go? Death card. Okay. How can we release and let go? Embrace the death process and embrace this rebirth energy. I love this fresh new energy coming in. It's about damn time. I love it. All right. It seems like now we're finally in this place where we can begin seeing the fruits of our labor and continue to manifest, all right? And keep strong arming things that are taking away from your self-reliance. If you have people who are energetic vampires, or you had codependent situations, that's all taken away from your self-reliant energy. It's time for you to strong arm that. Make sure you keep that at bay, because you're stepping into this beautiful new energy where it's going to start reflecting. The people that you meet will start reflecting who you are, your environment, your relationships, your job, your career, all of it, okay? So just keep that in mind. Embrace this rebirth. A death card. This is about a major transformation, but this is brand new territory. So the way that the world is going to look to you now, this new foundation, like what you thought a happy home energy was, it's not going to be that. All right, it's going to be something brand new coming from this intuitively guided place, okay, of what your soul actually wants, not what society thinks makes sense. It's about what your soul actually wants, okay, what kind of life you want to live. And for some of you guys, it might be something very much out of the ordinary with the Sovereign and the Get Creative card. All right, there's also a need for you to, when you know what you want, be open to having creative solutions. Keep an open mind in this time with the full moon in Pisces, with the water sign, with that water energy. There's a need for you to go with the flow. All right. Allow for the creative juices to start flowing through you. You might have a rigid plan of what this foundation might look like. You might have a rigid idea of who this person is that you need to be with. Whatever the case is, keep it open. There's a need to be very open and keep it very fluid here. You might be led to do things that'll be out of the ordinary and out of the realm of your possibility, out of the realm of your imagination. All right? Allow for that intuitive guidance to come in and don't question it. Well, I mean, obviously you can, ruminate on it, think about it and all that, but don't completely write it off if it doesn't fit according to your plan. All right? What resources are available as we release? Ten of Pentacles. Wow. We're going into major stability here. All right. But okay. One, there's a need for you to know, even if you're being led to, let's say, leave a 9 to 5 and begin an entrepreneurial path, there's a need to know anything that's coming through spiritually, the spiritual inclinations. If you're being led to just do something that seems out of the ordinary and it's something that you wouldn't normally do, but you know that it's your intuition telling you, you need to have faith that it is, because it's leading you to major stability. Okay, that's the name of the game here. We have the Four of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. Major stability here. This can also be, this is also about that foundation. This can also be wealth and all that good stuff. All right, but all this pentacle energy here, I'm feeling you're going to start seeing, it's time to start laying down the bricks, actually laying down the foundation. All right. Let's see. What are we failing to see? What are the blockages? What are we failing to see? And the advice. What are the blockages? Okay. All right. So look. So you have the Six of Wands coming out with the Knight of Swords here. All right. Back to the energy of, you might be led with the Sovereign card. It's definitely being led to do something out of the ordinary. It's some wildly other backdoor energy. That's what I'm getting. It's like another energy another path that you wouldn't have been able to come up with on your own. Okay, this can be an innovative idea. Okay, it could be moving to a new place, a place that you didn't think that you would enjoy. All right, it's something like that. Don't allow for your ego to get triggered by this. Because especially if you already have a plan of, you've done the work and you've cleared out the people, you've cleared out, what your path is and all that, Spirit still has some surprises in store. So leave room for the magic and don't allow for your ego to come in and say, well, this is my plan and I'm sticking to it, Like I have a certain idea of where I want to actually move, but I'm not there. I move somewhere else and I have to stick with the divine detours, It's a matter of just going with the flow, knowing when you're being spiritually guided, knowing when to check yourself, okay? I'm reading myself right now, clearly. So you have the Knight of Swords here. There might be a need to want to go full steam ahead with whatever you had in mind, all right? I feel like there might be some surprise elements coming up, probably in the next couple of months, but especially it might start in this full moon and Pisces cycle, where you're just like, yeah, I didn't expect that. That wasn't according to plan. I didn't expect to fall in love. I didn't expect to start a family. I didn't expect to move here. I didn't expect to quit my job. Things like that. I feel like there's some happy surprises. It might come off. I'm feeling very good energy here. It's like, if you know what you know what you want, right? You know what your manifestation should look like, but some of us might not realize what needs to happen to get there. Okay? So it's like the detours, are you picking up gems along the way? All right. For example, I'll just keep it to my example. I have a very clear idea of where I want to go. All right. Of what state I want to live in. But I'm taking divine detours in other states. And in these other states, I have gems that I have to pick up. I have certain mentalities that I have to develop, so on and so forth. This is all preparation, possibly for that end goal. So there's a need to keep that open. I can also, I can go into ego mode and be like, no, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to pay attention to where I'm at right now. There's a need for me to enjoy the trees, enjoy the breeze, enjoy where I am, even though this isn't where I want to be. All right. So with the ego, that might be a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Also, Some of you guys, you might be concerned about what people would think. That's another way the ego will be challenged, because you have an idea of what you want, and it's still, yeah, other people are not going to be on board. It's not going to make sense to other people. Let's just get that out the way. All right. With the sovereign and creative card, it's thinking out of the ordinary. So people are not going to be on board. Be okay with that. Just expect that. All right. All right. What are we failing to see? Ace of Cups coming out in reverse. What are we failing to see? Okay, Five of Wands in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit. We're going to have to get into this one. Why is this Ace of Cups here? There's still people to cut out. Okay. So, like I was saying, there's a need to continue to strong arm the people. You might, people are always coming back, right? I think there's a Mars retrograde or something coming back. I don't know. You know how retrogrades bring people back into your life, our lives, right? As I mentioned earlier, there's a need to strong arm the people who are taking away or detracting from your self-reliance that you're building up. As you're picking up gems here and there are going to be people who are going to try, like these dogs, there's going to be people who are going to try and pull away from your energy, all right? Multiple people. There's a need for you to close out those doors once and for all, because you're going through a major death process. Now, this isn't just an upgrade. It's a death and rebirth. In this death and rebirth, there's people who just simply cannot walk through that door with you. That's it. So it seems like there's people who are detracting, who have, not saying that they're not necessarily energetic vampires. It's just simply people who may not have done the work. All right, they're not on the level emotionally or spiritually. Okay, it doesn't make them bad people. It's just growing out of that spiritually. You're spiritually growing out of relationships, and there's a need to just own that. Okay, because it's making room for more people who are on that level. Okay. No need to have conflict about that. Think about yourself. You do have the Page of Wands. I feel like with the Page of Wands here, see, ultimately, there's a beautiful, fresh, new energy coming through. Ultimately, even if it feels like the sovereign, you might feel alone in your process. Okay, ultimately, you're led to your soul's purpose, and you're led to major stability. All right, but that might come out of all right, why is this Page of Wands here? Some of you guys are going to get some clarity. You're going to get some news, some message that's going to clear things up for you. Okay? Whether someone comes back and you're just like, did they change or did they not? They're going to come through and show you that they didn't or whatever. And it's going to finally allow you to experience this level of happiness. It's finally going to allow you to strong arm. Okay, maybe I'll call this strong arm. But there's a need to do that. Yeah. You have the Seven of Cups coming out with the Three of Pentacles there. That's a lack of cooperation. There's certain people that's not going to cooperate with this new level of happiness. This Queen of Pentacles, this new self-reliance. Okay, because if some of you guys are coming out of codependent situations, the other people on the other side of that codependency is not going to be completely happy with the idea of you breaking that type of connection, right? Because they're not getting what they need from it. Where's the light? Okay. So some of you guys are gonna, these people might say something to make you feel like you shouldn't go into sovereign mode. Okay, that your creative solution doesn't make sense. All right. So you're gonna get some of that energy coming your way. This could be psychically. All right. This could be in your dream space, because with the full moon and with the Pisces energy. Just with the water energy, it just always seems like the veil is thin, there's the psychic energy is kind of ramped up a little bit. So you might be feeling people pulling on your energy more. You know, people who, they might be feeling left behind. Okay, that's what's happening. These people aren't necessarily bad. They just feel like they're being left behind. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you changing? We got a good thing going here, you know? So yeah, keep that in mind. It's time to move on to your own abundance. I feel like if this is resonating with you so far, with the Hermit card coming out, you've already went into Hermit mode. You've already done the introspection, all right? And now there's a need for you to come out and go for your abundance. It's time for action. Like I said, it's time to lay the bricks of your foundation of this new world, all right? This is exciting. Finally. What's that advice? What's that advice? All right, that was a lot of cards that came out. Okay. Whoa. So we have 3 aces that came out. Okay, this is a very exciting time. This is a new beginning for sure. Take this as confirmation. All right. Well, I want you to see how this came out, though. Put it on this side. 10 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. This is advice. 10 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands is that burden. There's still people, the people you got a strong arm, like, no, get away, back off. It's those people that you actually have to, you have to keep that up. Keep your guards up when it comes to that. All right, with the Ace of Pentacles here, it's because you have this new beginning coming through. Some people may actually realize that you have this new beginning and they want to ride on the coattails. All right, so keep that in mind. The fact that the burden is coming out with this new pentacle. This pentacle could be a new career path. It could be, this is just new abundance coming in for your life. All right, so some of you guys, you might be realizing that people, they might see that you're onto something, and now they're coming in, right? Okay. They might see like, oh, you got this new job that's paying you how much? And now that's more of an incentive for them to stay there. You know, things like that. But they're not offering anything. There's a need to strong arm the dead weight in your life and really become an energetic snob right now. All right? With all these aces coming out, we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords here. You're stepping into your true passion. Okay, we do have the Seven of Swords here coming out in reverse, which is that deceptive energy. There's a need to put that away. All right? There's a need to put that away. There's a need to step into your truth. And I feel like this is more self-deception. You know, if you were allowing yourself to believe that, or if you were making yourself think that you were okay and happy in a certain situation, you're finally coming into the truth of that and stepping into your power. You're stepping into your truth and then moving forward on your path of passion here. All right? But it will be leaving people behind, and people will try to come through. Okay, so that might come through, that might manifest as naysayers, having people who are like, yeah, that idea doesn't make sense, okay, making you question yourself, okay, maybe guilt tripping. So just be mindful of that energy coming through. These are just people who, they're not necessarily bad intended, or they don't have ill intentions necessarily. Some might. But it's just a matter of them being used to a certain way, you being a certain way, and them wanting to keep things how they are. All right, that was comfortable for them. This is a major beginning, a major fresh start coming through. All right, this is a blast of new energy, fresh air. It's like a blast of fresh air. That's what it feels like. But it's your, you know, it's your new world with new people. All right, so just be mindful of that. The biggest challenge would be either other people making you question. Oh, look at that. Set healthy boundaries. It's setting the boundaries either within your own mind and stopping the naysayer in your own mind, or stopping the naysayers around you. Because right now, we're like right there on a precipice of a new beginning. It's right there. Okay? Literally right there. Wow. All right. What's the power animal? But you know, once you're right there, that's when, you know, energies start revving up, you know. So keep that in mind. Stack Spirit, stay in your leadership role, stay on guard, keep strong arm in these motherfuckers, okay? And keep taking the lead in your own life. Don't allow for codependency. If you're stepping into your new confidence, if you're stepping into your self-reliance, hold that space for yourself, okay, until the naysayers just kind of fade out. That's what needs to happen here. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. You deserve it. You don't have to be codependent. People might make you feel like you need them. Okay, that might be something that can kind of ease you back into a codependent situation. This might feel with the sovereign, it does. It's like sovereignty is about claiming independence, right? So it might feel like a lonely path, like it's like breaking off. It's like a state breaking off from the rest of the country. Can you imagine that? So this is like one state and the rest of the country, and you're breaking off. Okay, so imagine that for your life. You breaking off from a whole wide energy that is your soul pack. Okay, yeah. It's stepping away from your soul pack and going along into the wilderness and finding other people who are wild enough to do the same thing. That's what's happening. Hmm. I don't know why the book Wild Woman, Women Who Run with Wolves. Okay, I don't know why that came to mind, but it's that energy of like finding your own wolf pack. That's it. But in doing that, you have to break away from, this could be family, this could be friends. It's breaking away from who you've been used to being around, um, and saying, no, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to find my own way. And then you find other people crazy enough to do it. All right. All right, Pig Spirit, use your mind wisely. As you're stepping into this sovereign energy, there's a need to always check your ego. There's also a need for you to follow your intuition, okay, but use logic at the same time. This is a beautiful balance, not letting your emotions get whisked away, all right? Being intuitively guided doesn't mean that you're in the clouds, right? It doesn't mean that you're just flowing. It means that you're taking the information, okay, and processing this information in a real life sense. All right, so there's a need is a need for us to have that balance and master that balance as we step into the wilderness to find our wolf pack. All right, I'm gonna pull one more. And the fact that we're stepping out into the wilderness is going to be like, okay, where can I build my house here? You know, I have all these bricks that I'm ready to lay down, you know, and it might not look like, back to the divine detours, it might not look like you're going into a place of major stability. It might feel like you're in a forest and the trees are so dense, and it's just like, what am I doing here? I can't build a house here. Little do you know that there is a plot of land waiting for you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Trust in the divine detours. Okay, things are not going to come off the way you think they should. Okay, it's not a path from A to B. All right, or A, yeah, it's not A to B, it's A to Z. So there's many different steps in between. Okay, also strong arm the people who are detracting from your self-reliance, um, and trust and believe that you're moving forward to your security. All right, all right. Too many cards. Moth Spirit, surrender now. Surrender to the sovereign energy, this independent energy that's breaking away. Surrender to whatever creative solutions you are intuitively guided to get right now. Okay, with the Pisces energy, the intuition is going to be on point. It's going to be above and beyond, all right? So just take advantage of that. Start journaling. Write down your dreams. Have a notebook next to you. When you wake up, write those dreams down, okay? Even if it doesn't seem significant. Usually when you write it down and you kind of read it over, you're like, oh, that's actually a gem. Okay, so pay attention to that. Probably try to be out in nature more so you can get more in touch. Allow for quiet time to allow the quiet time will allow for, you know, more downloads to come through. Okay, more creative solutions. This is a very exciting time, so I'm loving this energy right now. All right, but the people that you have to put the boundaries on, keep your foot on their neck and keep going. All right, thank you so much. I hope this gave you the clarity that you needed. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, Tarot and Heal. I do personal readings. Check out the info box below. What else? Oh, if you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. All right, until we meet again, thank you. Peace.